has to be adjusted. I will show how to adjust the intonation of a guitar bridge in an extra tutorial coming up in the next days. The third typical problem to bring a guitar in tune is usually caused by the saddle when the saddle is either too high or the saddle groves are not filed low enough. You recognize this problem when a string which is perfectly in tune and you fret it at the 5th, at the 7th or at the 12th fret is still in tune, but when you fret it at the 1st or 2nd fret it is slightly sharp. So this is not a sign that the guitar is not perfectly in tune. This is a sign that the guitar is not perfectly set up. This problem should be fixed by a guitar tech, somebody who knows what he is doing. One more thing, guys, please make sure when you start fretting notes on the guitar that you do not press the string harder than you have to, or even worse, that you bend the strings slightly. A lot of beginners make this big mistake that they press on the strings harder than they have to, and they constantly produce out of tune sounds even if the guitar is perfectly in tune. Another reason why a lot of people struggle with tuning their instruments is directly related to our Western standard tuning system. We need to understand that our tuning system is not an absolute perfect system, but it is a compromise. And here is why. Let's have a look at our Western standard 12-tone equal temperament tuning. Our Western 12-tone equal temperament tuning system is set up in a way that we create the intervals to a certain note by taking the octave and dividing the octave in 12 equal parts. If we now compare the physically correct intervals, which we would find on the guitar by just playing the overtone series on a string with our equally divided octave, we can easily see here on this chart that the octave, the perfect fourth and the perfect fifth are so close to the physically correct interval that they would not cause any audible trouble. The minor second, the second, and the major seventh are still in a range which might cause a little bit of coloration in the tone, but our ears got used to it over the years, so we do not identify them as wrong. The big problems arise with the minor and the major third, the minor and major sixth, and the minor seventh. One might question, why don't we go with the physically correct intervals in the first place? If we would create an instrument where we would find always the perfect physical intervals to a certain note, we would come up with